Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here. This time reviewing on the film Legion of Superheroes. Now, as you know, Legion of Superheroes is a 2023 superhero film that is meant to be based on the DC team of the same name, as well as being the fifth film in the Tomorrowverse. So, Legion of Superheroes, I think we all know who the team are. Basically, a group of young superheroes from the future kind of banding together to take on other threats from other worlds and dangers. So the premise of the film is meant to feature Kara Zor-El, who, after an incident with Solomon Grundy, we kind of see how Clark slowly realizes that Kara is basically out of touch, not really knowing where she really wants to be. So we can see how he decides to let Kara join the Legion of Superheroes in the future, and we kind of see her being more in the sort of academy bench. And we do kind of see her having mixed feelings about Brainiac 5, who is basically the grandson of the original, and you can kind of tell Brainiac 5 does try to show Kara that he's not awful, and you can tell, yeah, there's a bit of a smart-ass personality to him. And we do kind of see Mon-El trying to be this big, over-the-top fanboy a little bit, but still trying to be a little supportive. And we do kind of see how Kara slowly starts to kind of have mistrust with Brainiac, and we do kind of see how Kara, Brainiac 5, and Mon-El have to go against the Dark Circle, which is a dangerous cult, and more truths about it. And I think the film itself isn't too bad. Like I said, I think there have been moments where Kara has joined the Legion of Superheroes, or it's going to be Clark as Superboy, or it's going to kind of have, like, a kind of plot where it's going to have a group of heroes coming together. And I think, for the most part, I kind of think having the other characters as the kind of bench warmers makes sense, because, yeah, you have Duplicate Girl as the black member of the group, you have Arm Force Boy, who is just there, you kind of have Phantom Girl, who's a little the shy one, and so on. And I think for the rest of the film, I think it kind of puts Clark and Bruce a bit under the bench at almost halfway through the film, and it seems like it's never really brought up again, or them going into the future to find out what's really going on. I think there really was an intention to put them more in the film, but not knowing how to have done it. And I think for the rest of the film, yeah, it's kind of trying to go with the whole trying to find out what's going on, trying to kind of figure out what is pulling the strings, and who really is the bad guy in that. And I think, for the most part, having the kind of Legion of Superheroes as the main focus, to me, actually works. Because, yeah, it does seem like they're a little underbenched these days. And I think it's a shame, because I think when we got the TV show, as well as the sort of comic tie-ins, it really showed you that DC were really trying to put the Legion of Superheroes on a higher pedestal, and I think it's clear that DC still don't want to give up on the old superhero future team. And I think, for the most part, yeah, I think Meg Dorenly does a great job for Kara. She does sound like this character who's a bit out of the world. She does want things to work. It's just not always going to go, basically, into her favours. And I think, yeah, kind of trying to build up the whole twist villain thing made sense, but I think it should have been someone else. And I think they kind of butchered that character to me. But I think the rest of the film is kind of okay. Not enjoyable, but definitely still a good sort of going into the future, seeing Kara interact with other heroes, other worlds, the other settings and that. So I think it still deserves a thumbs up. Still good, and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here. Signing out.